Okay. Imagine this is a school field. Okay, and over here there's a podium. Hello, please pay attention. These are important. And there are three boys. Number one, number two, and number three. Assuming these three boys, right, all run at the same pace. Okay, same pace. So, which boy do you think will reach first? Okay, so I will name it, okay, boy A, B, and C. Who do you think will reach the podium first? B, right? B, number one. Who is number two? A. Followed by number three, this one, right? Now, why? Because this boy just need to run straight all the way, right? He just need to go straight all the way. Okay? And by looking at it, right, the picture, you see that actually you form a right angle. Okay, my drawing is a bit difficult. So you see, you form a right angle, am I right? So, can you explain to me using Pythagoras theorem why number 2 will, why A will be number 2? Okay, so if you draw a line down, you will form another right angle triangle, right? This one will be your hypotenuse, right? Okay, then if you draw another line here, this one will be another hypotenuse, right? Which line do you think will be shorter? It's obvious, right? It's number 2. Okay, so by Pythagoras theorem, as you can explain. But the concept here is, as long as you just run straight, you should be the first to reach. And by observation, you see from right angle triangle. So they say, right, from point B. So from point B means you are at point B. Okay, from where? From constant point means you are at constant point. From point B means you are at point B. To the line AC. This is your line AC. Okay. If you want to get from B to the line AC, there are many ways, right, to get to AC. But they want the shortest one. How to draw the shortest one? Very simple. One straight line down all the way, make sure you form 90 degrees. Okay? Now, from here, why is this so important? Why this one is heavily tested that I need to put it in another portion? Because, right, they like to set this type of pattern. Hello, so are you okay now? 8:30 in the morning. They will say angle ABC is a right angle triangle. And they will tell you, maybe this one is 10, this one is 5. So what can you find? You can find area or triangle, right? After which they tell you, go and find AC using Pythagoras theorem. You can find, right? After that, they tell you to find the shortest distance. How to find? You must use area. So now I'm going to take the Chigo worksheet. I want you to use AB as 10, BC as 5. Okay, I want you to go and find the shortest distance H now. So the proper working should be half times 10 times 5 equal to half times AB times your shortest distance, which is H. You need to find AD. How to find AD? Pythagoras theorem. So I will erase this portion here to do the working. So AC equal to 10 squared plus 5 squared. AC squared equal to 125. AC equal to square root 125 or negative square root 125, you reject it. Now, you make sure when you do all the Pythagoras theorem, there is a square root, right? You make sure in your working, you got plus and minus, positive and negative. and you see which one you need to reject. Don't assume that you will always reject the positive answer, because sometimes I can adjust the expression in such a way that you will reject the positive answer and you must accept the negative answer. This kind of question very rare, but if the teacher want to disturb you, cannot, okay? So with this, half times square root 125, the most accurate answer. This one is 25. So h is equal to 25 divided by half divided by square root 125. The answer, what is it? 4.47. Round up 3SF. With this, question 7 onwards, everything will be your homework. Now, you must make sure you do every question seriously. Pythagoras theorem, the formula itself is very simple one. Okay, but the questions are not easy. And in order to gain experience, you must do as many questions as possible. For example, I can tell you the ladder question. Okay, ladder question, a lot of students don't know. What about question 11 and 12? Question 11 and question 12, you must draw the diagram out to visualize. And then we always have the last question here, question 15. Okay, until now, still got a lot of students don't know how to do. So if you can do this question 15, it means you're good. Okay, it's not easy. Then the final, this is the ladder question. Okay, it's a bit confusing, so you have to draw it out and visualize and see what they're talking about. Okay, the ladder question is a very, very popular question. So if it come out in your common test or end of year examination, don't be shocked. It's very, very common. Okay, now this type of question 17, very easy. Maybe paper 1 will come out. Okay. And we have the last question here. This one was taken out from one of the end of year examination. Wow. That here a lot of students don't know how to do this one also. Okay. So Pythagoras theorem question, we can use it to set a story. Okay, a story. Okay. So if you are able to do question 18 as well, that means you're good. Alright? Okay. Now, when do you do this? HBL. So doing your HBL, okay, you got a lot of things to do. You got Pythagoras theorem, you need to complete the worksheet, okay, and wait for my answer. You also need to do what? Your mentor series. Okay, don't think you got nothing to do. You got plenty of things to do. Your mentor series, you must do chapter 4, the quadratic equation, or sketching of graph, okay, solving the quadratic equations, and the story-based question. That is just chapter 4. Chapter 5 is your simultaneous equation. And then chapter 7 is your Pythagoras theorem. No? This is how I can merge chapter 4 and chapter 7 question together. Question 18. So this is a possible question that you will see, in your exam. Is that clear? Alright. Okay, so we will move to chapter 8 first to teach the concept. Trigonometry. First and foremost, trigonometry ratio. Trigo ratio in short is built on a right angle triangle. So when you see a right angle triangle, there are two formulas that you can think about. One is Pythagoras theorem. Number 2 is your trigo ratio. Okay. Now let's take a look at the sides. I give you new names. So hypotenuse, okay, you know, is diagonally opposite the 90 degree. If this is a selected angle, the side here, will be called the opposite, and the other one will be called adjacent. Hence, the name of the side is determined by the location of your angle. It's not fixed. So if today I say I change, I draw the same right angle triangle, I give the same name, but I say instead of using theta, today I want the theta to be here. I want to use this angle. This will still be your hypo, but however, this will be your opposite, and this will be your adjacent already. Understand? Draw the right angle triangle now. Okay, so answer. This is your hypotenuse. Obviously, this one will be your opposite and adjacent. Right angle triangle here, so this is your hypo. This one opposite. This one adjacent. Okay, simple. Move on. Okay, we skip, not important until here. Now, these three are your triangle ratio. Looking at your calculator, you will see this. Sine, cosine, and tangent. This is how you pronounce them. Not sin, okay, not cosine, okay. The first one is called sine theta. Now, they realize that, right, okay, if you select, once you have a selected angle, and if you key in sine theta, the answer, the value, is the same as when you take the opposite and divide the hypotenuse. But you will ask, what is sine? Look at your calculator now. On the right hand side, do you see SIN? Yes or no? That is a formula. Okay? So when you key in sine, it cannot be a standalone. You must have the angle to match it. You have together one. Okay? If you just key in sine, it doesn't mean anything. You must key in sine plus the angle that you want. Vice versa. If you key in cosine theta, the selected angle theta, the value is the same as you take adjacent divided by hypotenuse. And that goes for tangent. Tangent theta, the value is the same as opposite over adjacent. Hence, if we have, so now we are talking about three things, right? One angle and two sides. As long as you have these three things, as long as you have two of them, you will be able to find the third one. Understand? So if I have two sides, I can find the angle. If I have one angle and one side, I can find the other side. As compared to Pythagoras theorem, Pythagoras theorem only allow you to find sides. You must have two sides to find the third side. Understand? But triangle ratio can work between length and angle. So these two you must use together, depending on the question. Understand? Now, I give you 2 minutes. Memorize these three formulas. Okay? Later I will test you. So, by looking at it, we realize that it is not easy to memorize. Hence, we come out with an acronym. It's called, in Hokkien, Hua what? So. What does Hua Ka So mean? So, since my time, he actually got published in the book. So, I just teach you all. Hua Ka So means Bigfoot lady. So, the bio, the Hua, the T, right? Hello, please pay attention. The T stands for tangent. The O stands for opposite. The A stands for adjacent. The theta, you must remember to write by yourself. C, cosine. A, adjacent. H, hypotenuse. S, sine. O, opposite. H, hypo. Using this acronym, it will help you to get the line, the correct length. Is that clear? Write it down, then we'll move on. Okay, in our triangle ratio syllabus, we got two things that you need to learn. Number one, finding the triangle ratio, which means finding the fraction. So when you tangent the angle, the value is a triangle ratio. You must learn how to find that one, it's a fraction. Number two, you must learn how to find the angle. So today now we focus on finding trigo ratio first. So look at practice 3. When you are doing any trigo question, step 1 in your mind, or you take a pencil to write down, what is the selected angle? Okay, number 2. Okay, straight away go and label. So this is the right angle, right? So you see, hypotenuse, opposite, adjacent. You must go and label by yourself. And then they ask you sine theta. So you know that sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite is 15, hypotenuse 17. So 15 out of 17. This is called your, okay, you see how they phrase it? In fractions, in exact value. Trigo ratio. There are many ways to ask you. Okay, but the moment you see fraction, exact value, don't go and run up the answer. The moment you run up the answer is wrong. Because people want exact value. Understand, Jaren? When they want cosine theta, so cosine you know is adjacent over hypo. Your adjacent is 8, your hypo is 17. So 8 out of 17. Tangent you know is opposite over adjacent. Opposite 15, adjacent 8. 15 out of 8. Don't bother to write it in a mixed fraction. Improper fraction will do. Here, now I give you some time, go and do B. Step 1. I want you to go and label all the 3 sides, opposite, adjacent, hypo first. Confirm already, then answer the question. Sine theta, cosine theta, tangent theta. So, using green, this is my hypo, opposite, adjacent. Sine theta, opposite over hypotenuse. You all get 12 out of 13. Cosine theta, adjacent over hypo. So adjacent is 5, hypotenuse 13. Tangent theta, opposite over adjacent, 12 out of 5. Yeah? Alright. So with this, okay, you will do practice 4. And then after which, I will go and teach you the second portion of trigo. Do practice 4 now. They have already tell you what is the selected angle. So, and you realize that A and B, right, the angles are different. So when you want to go and write the opposite and the adjacent, I suggest you write pencil. Because later on, in question B, you need to change again. Start now. And this is the answer for practice 4. Now, moving on. I want all of you, okay, to look at the question. Practice 5. Find the values of the following, giving your answer correct to 3SF. So, instead of asking for exact value, they say they allow you to round up to 3SF. Okay, so now when you see this, okay, no problem. You're finding length, so length you can find 3SF. I want all of you to practice by keying D in your calculator and tell me the answer. Now, sine 35 plus cosine 36. When you look at your calculator at the top, you must make sure you see degree mode, DEG. The calculator got 3 modes. One is degree, one is radian, and the one I don't know what is it. Okay. You must make sure it's not radian, RAD, it's DEG, degree. Answer, what is it? 0.437. Do all of you get 0.437? Yes or no? That one is wrong. You will get 0. After you run out. You all of you get that? Yeah, degree mode. Okay, let's get 11.2 for part C. So this is the second portion. They tell you that the triple ratio of this cosine theta for part A is 0.1353. They ask you how to find what's the value of this theta, such that when you sub it, when you cosine this angle, right, it will give you 0.1353. So how? So you will need to remove the cosine, right? Now, how do you remove the cosine? Is it like that? Is this the way to remove the cosine? Yes or no? Of course not. Cosine is a formula. How can you divide a formula with no angle? It doesn't make sense. So this is wrong. So what's the way? This is the way. Okay? There's another formula called cosine inverse. Look at your formula. Above the cosine, do you see a cosine inverse? Or so you shift cosine inverse, you get cosine inverse, the power negative 1 by 3. Answer you should get 82.224 something, right? For angles, always round out 1 dp is your final answer. So 82.2 degrees, 1 dp. So it is not 3SF. 3SF is for length. For angles in degree mode, 1 dp. So if I were to do D as a practice, okay, the angle around 3SF will be 32.7 degrees. 1 dp. Okay? And so this is called sine inverse. So you have sine inverse, cosine inverse, and tangent inverse. Clear? Alright. Now, practice 7. Go and do it now. So, okay, explain one more time. For part B, you are asked to find BD. From cosine angle BAC equals half, you can immediately find the angle which is 60 degrees. BAC, 60 degrees. The question says that BAD equals CAD. As you just divide by 2, you know that BAD is 30 degrees. The question wants you to find BD. Hence, you will focus on the triangle ABD. Then we write down the opposite, adjacent, and the hypotenuse. Today, you are given adjacent and the angle. How do I get 60? Cosine inverse, half. Key inside the calculator now. So, you are given adjacent. You are asked to find opposite. Hence, should you be using sine, cosine, or tangent? You realize that only tangent will require adjacent and hypotenuse and opposite. Hence, we use tangent 30. Okay? Cross multiply BD equal to 5 times tangent 30. You round up CSF 2.89. So you take note, here you have two set of answers. 5 times tangent 30 is your accurate answer. The answer that we will use if you need to use it again. 2.89 is your estimated final answer. Is that clear? So you have a final answer which is estimated, but before that you have an accurate answer. Alright? So with this, do practice 8 now.